Good morning, everybody. The Ministry of Higher Education and Scientific Research is proud to launch its first language digital school, whose name is RNL Plus, in order to launch the project of teaching English in higher education during this academic year 2022-2023. This is the team that worked on this first MOOC. And of course, we are going to present you to a series of MOOCs. The first MOOC has to do with developing strategic reading in higher education. The second MOOC has to do with the developing academic writing in higher education. Then we will move to developing receptive all skills, that is listening, as a third MOOC. And finally, the fourth MOOC will deal with developing productive all skills, or the speaking skill. As aforementioned, developing strategic reading in higher education is our first MOOC. And here we will present you to the course sequences We will offer you diversified resources, a considerable number of activities, and you will be also obliged to pass a reading placement test. The evaluation is formative all along the sequences, but summative at the end of the MOOC. You need to get 70% in order to get the certificate for this MOOC. Of course, this MOOC has to do with reading, and generally you are supposed to read a large amount of text. And this is generally challenging for many English-speaking higher education teachers, because to read and process large amounts of text, teachers need to utilize a range of practiced reading strategies, and developing strategic reading is becoming a key success for effective and efficient reading. This MOOC, a strategy-based instruction course, aims to develop strategic reading among Algerian university teachers. Let's move to the MOOC objectives. First, differentiate between the three types of reading, including reading for quick references, reading for pleasure, and critical reading. Second, determine the purpose of their reading before they start to read. Third, learn how to manipulate basic reading comprehension strategies before they start to read, while they are reading, and after they complete their reading. Fourth, use their background knowledge. Fifth, identify the meaning of unfamiliar words in a context. Sixth, respond in a written form to their reading experience. And finally, evaluate the author's point of view. Of course, in order to succeed your MOOC, you need to have a number of prerequisites. First, accurately read words and identify keywords. Second, skim and scan relatively short text to locate a single piece of information. Third, recognize main and supporting ideas in a paragraph. This MOOC is divided into 4 weeks. Week 1 is devoted to getting started and the placement text. And here we need to introduce you to the using edX platform. We will introduce you to course organization and speak about how to get the certificate. You need to share information in the discussion topic about telling us about yourself, and finally passing your reading placement test. Week 2 has to do with review of the stages in reading process, and here you have 3 main reading stages: the before reading stage, the while reading stage, and the pre-reading stage. Week 3 will deal with the strategies of reading and during all these 3 stages. So the before reading strategies have to do with previewing and predicting. The during reading strategies have to do with the comprehension strategies and the techniques the readers need to use while reading the text, and the post-reading strategies enable the reader to think within, about, and beyond the text. Week 4 will deal with the SQ4R reading system, with its 6 steps to process any reading text and be able to restitute its content in an active way, which are survey, question, read, respond, record, and review. To conclude, when readers learn how to practice these strategies when reading text selections, they effectively succeed not only in generating new knowledge, but rather they can further combine it with their existing knowledge. This will pave the way for developing new reading skills, including critical reading. And of course, to get more details about the MOOC 4 weeks, you need to follow our upcoming sequences, units, and videos. And thank you for